Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, in fact. Welcome to the winners' press conference for round 2 of America's Rallycross Championship 2018 from COTA, Texas, USA. Scott Speed, congratulations on winning the first Rallycross event for America's Rallycross at home in America here at COTA. A pretty decent day for you. You had a few ups and downs, but 3 qualifying sessions, semi-final and final. So it's a maximum points in the weekend, and you lead the championship by 1 point from your teammate Tanner. So happy or not?
Yeah, there I am. The track was quite fun. It was very challenging, especially to race on, but the thing I enjoyed was it changed a lot from the first time we got on it to the final. They put that stuff on the dirt to keep the dust down, and it sort of rubbered up and created a very strange surface that we all kind of had to adapt to, and I really enjoyed that. We got lucky to get a pole draw for Q1, and when you start off with a win and you can hold that top qualifying spot into the heat races, it makes your life a lot easier. Tanner knows something about that from last week, the last race. So yeah, it was a good weekend. Obviously, it's great to win here at the first round here in America. It's special to bring a proper rallycross track here to the States, and I'm real happy to be a part of it.
Halfway through the championship season, your teammate Tanner is looking like your only rival, really, with the points differential. We've got obviously some of the guys like Ken not doing the whole series this year. So we've seen sensible team tactics from you guys here most of the day today in terms of strategy. What's the strategy for the rest of the season?
I mean, we just try not to get in trouble. They tell us to play fair, so sometimes we do. No, I mean, we raced against each other for, I don't know, how many years? It's been a while.
74 years.
It feels like it's been forever, you know what I mean? And we really are a team, it's a team effort. I feel, definitely a sense of happiness when he's able to win, and I know it's reciprocated, and our team works really hard, and we have the best team in the sport. And that's why we've had the run of success we've had, and I'm sure we'll carry that on, and we'll be sensible with each other and race together cooperatively.
We're heading up to Canada next for Trois Rivières. In fact, the guys either side of you, of course, competed there before. So Tanner's actually had a podium at Trois Rivières back in 2015. So how much of a difference does that make? I know you said you guys had to kind of learn the track and how it developed here. I know it's not a worry, but is it an advantage to your competitors to have been there before?
I mean, certainly having track knowledge helps for sure. But the thing about Rallycross is everything changes so much from lap to lap anyways. It is a bit like rally in that regard. So it's not, a huge advantage, but, maybe it helps a little bit, especially at the beginning. But that also helps me too, because if we get there and Tanner knows the track and he's super fast right away, we'll be able to work together, and I'll be able to learn from him and, get up to speed, quicker than I would have otherwise.
Thanks, Scott. Good luck for the rest of the season. Thank you. Well done. Ken Block, P2 here in the focus. The day didn't look like it had started on top form, but then it was P3, P3, P2 in qualifying. Did the car come to you during the rest of the day? A bit of confidence on your side as well?
Well, we only had one test before this race, and the new setup of the car felt quite good, but we had suspension problems all through this race. So the team just had to work really hard and work around it, and I really had to drive around it. So I'm actually quite grateful to be sitting in this position, because from the way it was looking, I shouldn't be sitting here. So, but we just worked as hard as we could, and it paid off. So I'm really actually looking forward to the next race, because I really enjoy that track up in Canada. It suits our car actually even better. The longer corners with the good grip with this car actually mean that I'm actually able to hold that line even better. So I think that car will actually work better up there, and we'll have the suspension sorted by then. So I'm stoked with this. It's a good way to come back to Rallycross and have the car improved, and the Focus platform is great, just working out some kinks with it, and it's genuinely improved over what we've had for the past couple of years. So feels good to be able to battle with these guys and have a good time here, and great to see all the fans out here, even in this heat. Probably lost 5 pounds just in water weight this weekend, sweating out every suit I have. But, it's great to be here at COTA and be racing again.
When we go to Trois Rivières, obviously you've got that experience of being there before, and also I think you could drag yourselves up into top 3 in the championship. These guys have got an advantage having been at Silverstone. without a championship to worry about, I don't know, is it a bit more fun for you?
You know what? I go to every race with the same attitude. It's try and do the best we can and try and get on top of the podium. So the championship thing doesn't really matter that much to me this year. You know, like I said, it's the same attitude no matter what race it is. So, but like I said, I think the fans up there in Canada, it's a good crowd. A lot of really enthusiastic and very knowledgeable fans. It was great to see a lot of fans here in this heat, but you know, it's a new series here. So I think when we come back here in September, we'll see an even bigger turnout. But yeah, really looking forward to getting more development on this car and pushing these guys a little bit more next event.
We'll look forward to seeing that too, Ken. Congratulations. Thank you. Oh, that was styled that out. That was very cool, Tanner.
Swap my drink, and there's a lot going on there. Just to appreciate it.
I liked it.
Win or fail.
Yeah. I think I even got a little unzip on my suit in the middle. You probably didn't see it, but.
Okay, I saw a little unzip on your suit during the show, and you put a bag of ice down your suit. Was that was just before the final? Like, is that an injury, or is that just this is coldness?
Is that an injury? It was a broken heart. Is that what that was? From my starting position in the final, the outside. No, it's just keeping my core as cold as I can before we go out there. To be honest, just because you sit. There was one of the, I think it was the semifinal where we sat there for 10-15 minutes, and it's not like we're out here doing a 24-hour race or anything, but just gets hot, and it's hot out there, and the cars get 145, 150 degrees inside, so it's just an environment you'd like to stay cold in if you can.
In terms of the strategy during, sorry, we've got a bit of a manoeuvre going on here. In terms of the strategy during the day, obviously you kind of lost out with the draw, so you ended up then being P2, P2, P2. The Joker lap split, was that a safety play on behalf of VW Andretti for most of the day, or is that just the only way you felt the tactics could go?
Honestly, it was, to me, it felt like the only choice. I don't think there was a choice, really. There was a lot of decision making to be had in the first 100 feet based on whoever was inside you. In this case, it was whoever's on inside on the corner was Scott. If you got a bad start, then maybe you'd change your mind and take the normal track. But if you got a clean start through first gear, you really had nowhere to go except to the Joker, especially in the semifinal and final, because the second row could close that gap on the braking pretty hard, and then you're just taking that hit. But it was a little bit difficult. All I could hope was in the final that as many people would follow me into the Joker as possible, so when we came out onto the normal track, there was not so much work to do there, not so much dust or people. But it turned out only one car followed me in there, so we kind of popped out in the middle of everything. And able to get by one of the Subarus, couldn't get by Ken, and the end of the race just sort of happened.
Trois-Rivières next. You've been there before, so you've had a podium there before. You looking forward to going back?
I love racing in Canada. Trois-Rivières, the fans, as Ken mentioned, are just awesome. Very knowledgeable, yes, but they come out in droves. Like, it's just a ridiculous motorsport part of the world. And they love their Rallycross. Rallycross has not been around in that track for very long. The motorsports track in general has been around for a long time. They always incorporate other parts of that weekend. So yeah, it's going to be cool. Plus the track is long, lets us stretch our legs. I'm always impressed with these Beetles that we've been running for several years now, just how well they perform, and in those faster tracks they tend to do really well. So I think it's going to be good racing.
Fantastic, thank you Tanner, congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, your top three from ARX COTA.